2025, and the call of the big land is back. 5,000 kilometers, a journey of a lifetime, on one of the world's loneliest roads. 5 motorcycles with a common goal: complete the holy grail of motorcycle adventures spanning 5 Canadian provinces. To conquer the Freedom Highway. Well, on day 3, we woke to a wonderful view of historic Cape Anguille Lighthouse, and of course, wind, which became a theme on the trip. We've got to make our way from scenic view cottages here in Cape Anguille back to Port aux Basques to meet the others. From there, we'll head to Rose Blanche. Then, doubling back, we'll make our way to Burgeo, our biggest day yet. And of course, as is the custom, a nice running start to get on the bike for me.
You guys lead the way. You go. Lead the way.
And before we head back to Port aux Basques, we're going to run down and have a look at the old lighthouse here.
Get out of here with something disastrous. Now we can just get out of here without something disastrous. That would be good.
Steve is commenting on how loose the rocks are around here.
Stay up on top of it here. Yeah, you're better off up in the grass here, kind of, aren't you? Oh, so looks like what they've probably done is turn the keeper's residence into a hotel.
And yes, that's exactly what they did do. Today, the keeper's dwelling is now converted into an inn. This is the second light that sat on this site. This one was built in 1960. The first was 1906. The Cape Anguille Lighthouse is a heritage lighthouse now because of its historical, architectural, and community value.
He says the mosquitoes are heavy and hot and heavy where they're at.
No problem with mosquitoes here. It's way too windy, which I'm very disappointed. I couldn't get the drone up here. It was just blowing too hard, which, as I said earlier, it became a theme in Newfoundland.
So they're at Tim's, is that where they were saying they were going? Tim's at in Port aux Basques?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, pretty. Just want me to check out and see if there's any holes in the bridge. I'm sure it's perfectly fine to go in the middle, but I don't know. I don't.
The light was quite low last night when we drove past Table Mountain, but this morning it's much easier to see the contrast. These types of natural phenomenon are exactly what brought me to Newfoundland. You don't get this type of thing where I come from.
Steel graded bridge.
All right, so after a nice breakfast and a fuel up in Port aux Basques, it's off towards Route 470. Route 470 is a coastal route that leads us down towards Rose Blanche Harbour. There is a historic lighthouse built in 1870. This light is very old, so I think it's worthwhile to go down and see it while we're close. Route 470 runs along the rocky coast of Newfoundland, and all along here are memories of a bygone era when French sailors began fishing cod in the early 1700s off the Blanche banks. These granite walls of the Rose Blanche light station has survived 155 years of some of the world's most intense weather. It's so hard for me to imagine the extreme weather conditions that the early keepers and any of the keepers must have experienced living out here. The light station stood tall through Hurricane Fiona as rocks, just like this one, were flung from the sea. On the rocky path back to the bike, I can't help but think to myself, how many brave mariners did this light save? It would have been so easy to stay there in Rose Blanche for the day, but we've got to keep going because we have to be in Burgeo before we lose the light. Route 470 is so beautiful down along the coast here. I just couldn't help myself but to show you just a little bit more of this road.
Wow.
So after a quick lunch break in Porto Basque and we get back on the road again, full realization begins to hit home for me. This trip is getting real now. Route 1, the Trans Canada Highway, is the prep for the big lands to come. The big views and the relaxing pace of the number 1 soon ends and we turn right onto the 480. It's time to pay attention because this is the Burgeo Highway. The Burgeo Highway would be characterized by its remote, hilly, and wooden terrain. There are no communities along its whole length. It provides access to Sandbanks Provincial Park, and there is a ferry to remote outports like Ramea, Grand River, and Francois. The route is also known as the Caribou Trail and creates stunning views of the Anguille Mountains. I have been told that whatever animal that lives in Newfoundland, you probably will see it on this road. So absolutely no messing around here. This has got to be serious.
Hi. That's my best shot this day. I think I'm rolling, am I? I am. There's a bump. Hooah! Silver Pond. Yeah.
We ain't sure how it goes. We're not sure how it flows.
We're about 60 kilometers into this. I haven't seen a car on the road yet. Man, we're out here. This is remote. So we were told that between 25 and 30 kilometers out from Burgeo. If you're going to see caribou, it'll be in that range. So we're starting to keep our eyes peeled now.
Caribou. I've never seen one before. Cool.
No, me neither. That's so cool.
That guy's got a big rack on him too.
Get up there with the camera.
Turn on.
Now, of course, as luck would have it, the battery on my GoPro on my chin mount camera died just as I was getting close to the caribou. However, I got lucky and the 360 had some battery left in it, so I was able to catch him. Very hard to see here, but what I was amazed with is the size of their feet. They're huge.
I've never seen, like, he had great big feet on him.
And I guess those wide, flat feet, they're for walking on bog. That's what someone told us a little bit later on. Gonna swing around here again and see if I can catch a little bit better glimpse of him. This wasn't the same one. This was a guy on the other side of the road. They're an amazing creature. Big. And the horns. I was amazed by that.
'Cause you're lost in time.
What magnificent creatures. Am I ever glad that I got to finally see some caribou. Well, by now you've probably noticed the terrain is changing. The further south we go towards Burgeo, this is rugged country. It's so rocky and windy that few trees are able to survive here. And what ones are able to survive, they are actually very small, wind-beaten and puny. Some trees even sit at a permanent lean angle because of the wind. Never in my life have I ever seen such vast ruggedness. This would be one of the worst places for a breakdown. Mother Nature, she will have no pity on you here. Not only am I thankful right now that I'm on a reliable bike, but it has rained just ahead of us, and we missed it. Welcome to Burgeo.
So, we're heading into Burgeo. We made it. Caribou and you name it. Some of the most rugged territory I've ever seen in my life. Oh my, look at that. Wow. Now that's a rock.
So as we make our way into Sandbanks Provincial Park, the sign says no occupancy. It looks like it's full. So we're hoping that they're gonna find a little spot for our tents.
Let's see what happens.
Let me just say that Sandbanks Provincial Park has the coolest staff ever. They found us a spot. A tight squeeze between a couple of RVs, but that's all right. Everybody's tired and went straight to bed.
'Cause you're lost in time.